Good morning, students. Welcome to online classes of digital communication. This is Aisha Sultana, Assistant Professor of ECA Department. In this semester, I am going to teach you the subject digital communication. In last sem, we have seen the subject of analog communication, and I hope you are all familiar with the analog communication. So in this semester, we are completely going for the digital communication. So before we go to the digital communication, once again we'll revise back what we have seen in analog communication. Okay, what are the chapters and what are the units, or what are the topics that you are going to cover in this digital communication. We'll see that one, and we are going to see the introductory part of your first chapter. Okay, so let's just start. So before we see the introduction part, we'll just have a look on the syllabus, that what you are having in this semester of your digital communication. So for the digital communication subject, you should be having some knowledge about your PTSP as well as your analog communication that you have already. So in digital communication, what are the chapters that you are going to cover? That is, the first chapter is your elements of digital communication system. Okay, in today's class we'll start that one. And in the first chapter, we are going to see the comparison of your digital and analog communication, and how your analog signal is been converted to the digital signal, and what are the coding techniques for that one. Okay, you have seen PCM, PWM and PPM over there. Here we are having some different techniques, as you are having digitalized signals. So how that encoding techniques will be used, and what is prediction theory and all, we are going to see in the first chapter. When it comes to the second chapter, it's about the information theory and source coding technique. That is somewhat problematic, which is very interesting chapter. Then the third one, you are having channel coding. Okay. Then fourth one is introduction to baseband data transmissions, or digital data transmissions, where it tells you about the modulation techniques that are used in digital communication. In analog communication, you had the modulation technique class. What do you remember? That is amplitude modulation, then frequency modulation and phase modulation. Here also the same techniques you are having, but it is, as it is digitalized, we are giving the name as amplitude shift keying, phase shift keying and frequency shift keying. That is completely about your fourth chapter we will be seeing there. And in the fifth chapter, you are going to see about your spectrum communications. Okay, well, one of the important chapter of your digital communication, that is your spectrum communication. And I refer the book of Simon Hawkins, that is the fourth edition of communication systems. If you go for the Simon Hawkins book, communication system, the fourth edition, it will be of red color pad. Okay, that is a very good book. If you want to refer the book, your textbook, then you can go for that textbook, Communication System by Simon Hawking, fourth edition. Okay. So now we'll just start. What is actually communication? What is communication, ma? By the name itself, you can say with the word communication means a means of transferring your information, sending the information or receive the information, or processing of your particular information by any electrical means. First, it was not by only electrical means, by exchanging of the voice, exchanging of the data, or exchanging of some information by writing, or by sending, or something by speaking or something. So this is what about your communication. In last semester, we have seen the analog communication. Analog communication is completely continuous wave signals that we have been using. But these continuous wave signal cannot be used for the long distance communication, right? For the long distance communication, of course, we need some digitalized signal, because in this era there is a fast because the demand for the communication has been increasing very fast, and it should be very efficient for the long distance communication. So as to get that one, what we are using digitalized signals, ones and zeros, and these can be used mostly in the internets. Okay, for sending the mails or for getting the data easily, we can go for the digital communication, because in case of analog communication, it is very hard to find out the errors what they have occurred when they are transmitting from one transmitter to the receiver. If there is any error has been occurred, any distortion has been occurred, so it is very difficult to find that particular one. So as to move on with the speeding era or the demand for the communication, we are going for the digital communication. So in this digital communication, what we are doing, we are first taking our message signal. See, whatever I am speaking is my message signal. Okay, this is my continuous wave. These waveforms, they have to first convert it to the digital format, then they have to be transmitted, and at the receiver end, then they are converted back into the analog form, and then it is given the original message. So this is the whole concept that has to be done in your digital communication. Okay, so what you are doing, so in digital communication system, first the message is been generated. What I am speaking is the message that has to be generated by the source and the source, which are generally in the analog form, and that has to be converted into digital format, then it has to be transmitted. And at the receiver end, what we have to do, we have to receive the digital data, we have to convert back into the analog form, and which is an approximation of your original message signal. This is how your complete digital communication works. In that one, the very first topic is your elements of communication system. Means what are the elements that you require for your sending the data through the transmitter, sending the data from the transmitter through a particular channel and then given to the receiver. How you have to convert it back. So this is the first topic of your unit 1, that are your elements of your communication system. What are the elements that you require for your digital communication system, which has to be converted from analog form to the digital form? So very first one is your source information, or I can also say as digital information source, a source of information. Second, you will be having the source encoder, then channel encoder, then a modulator you will be having. From that modulator, the output is given to the channel. Then again it is given at the receiver part, it is given to the demodulator. Then you will be having a channel decoder, source decoder, and the use of information. Okay, and last is nothing but your destination. The very first one is source of information, or you can also give the other name as a digital information source. Okay, these are all the block diagram of digital communication system, which will be consisting of your transmitter, receiver, and a channel. What is a transmitter? This whole block, the 4 blocks what you are having in the upper side, these are the blocks which comes under your transmitter. This completely is your receiver. Okay, this one, and this is the channel. Any channel. Channels are of 2 types. I have already explained in the last semester. Channels are of 2 types. So wired and wireless channels you are having. Wireless channels are like you are having Wi-Fi, through the electromagnetic waves you are transmitting the data, right? Wired channels, by using optical wires or the optical communication wires that you are using the channel, that one, from that one you are sending or using the communication. So through this particular channel you are sending the data from the transmitter to the receiver. So these you are having 3 blocks: transmitter, channel, and the receiver. In transmitter you are having source information, source encoder, channel encoder, and the modulator. Then in the receiver side you will be having demodulator, channel decoder, source decoder, and the destination one. Okay, let's just discuss one by one. Very first one is your information source and input transducer you will be having in that one. So in this what you are going to have, so the source of the information, that can be analog or digital. For example, if you are going for the analog signals, the audio signals or the video signals. In case of your digital signals, it should be like of teletype signal, or you can give some ones and zeros. Okay, that are the examples of that one. So in digital communication signal produced by the source is to be converted into digital signal, that should be consisting of ones and zeros. For this one we need a source encoder. So the source of information, which is assumed to be digital form, either like symbols or letters. If the input is analog signal, that is, it has to be converted into digital, then it is to be transmitted to the other sources of information. Okay, so for that one we require this your source encoder. Source information. Source information is nothing but like I am the source which I am giving the information. This you have to convert it into digitalized form. Then it has to be given to your next one, source encoder. Here in the source encoder, in the digital communication system, we have to convert the signal from one source into the digital signal, which has already mentioned above. The point to remember is that we should like to use few binary digits as possible to represent the signal in such a way that it should be efficient representation of the source output results in a what we will say without any redundancy, no extra bits. So this sequence of binary information is called as information sequence. When it comes to the source encoding, but the information whatever you are given is which you will get to know in the next upcoming classes. I'll repeat what actually source encoder or the source decoder will be doing. Please note it down. The symbols whatever is produced by the information source that cannot be transmitted directly because you are doing digital communication, they have to be first converted into digital form by the source encoder, and at the receiver side this digital decoder performs quite opposite to your encoder. What you will be doing, this digitalized or the receiver operation will be collecting the original signal and then converts back into the binary data or into the symbols. I'll repeat it once again, ma. Please note it down. The symbols produced by the information source cannot be transmitted directly because they have to be first converted into the digital form by using the source encoder. At the receiver end, the source decoder performs the reverse operation, collects the original data, that is converts binary data into the symbols. I hope you are clear with this one. So what you are doing over here, first is the source information, you are getting the voice like analog signal, continuous signal itself. That continuous signal is converted into digitalized form by using the source encoder. Whereas in the source decoder, what you will be getting over here? Of course, the digitalized signals. These digitalized signals are converted, binary signals are converted back into the symbols or your original voice signals or your original signal what you have been transmitted. These are quite opposite to each one. Then comes to your channel encoder. The communication channel adds some noise. Compulsory when you are transmitting the data, some noise will be added. So, and interface to the signal starts. So, what you have to do, as to avoid these errors, channel encoding is done. So, it is the process of adding redundant data to the output of the source encoder to detect the errors. At the receiver side also, the channel decoder will be available to detect and correct and reduce the effect of noise and distortion. See what this channel encoder will be doing, ma. So you have converted in zeros and ones. Suppose if I give the example of 1011 is my message signal that have been generated by using the source information, that has been converted by converted into digital form by using the source encoder. Now this has to be given to the channel and this has to be transmitted to the receiver by using a channel. But before that one, here we are having a channel encoder as to reduce the effect of noise or the interference in your message signal. How, when you are transmitting this signal, what we are doing, we are adding some redundant bits in this one. So what is the message signal that I am passing? 1011 is the message signal. To that message signal, I will be adding redundant bits is nothing but the extra bits. That extra bits has to be added to that one. Extra bits in the sense, if I give the example of 1011, to that one more extra 1 or 0 I will be adding. So 1011 and 1, 3 ones I will be adding. So what is the extra bit what you are having? Extra 1 you are having. So in case if there is noise or the interference will be occurred when you are transmitting the data through the channel, that noise will be affecting to the extra bit which you have added, and that extra bit is called as your redundant bit. So at the channel encoder, we will be adding some extra bits as to what you will say, as to reduce the effect of noise or interference on your message signal. So as to avoid these errors, channel coding is done. It is a process of adding redundant data or the extra data or the extra bits to the output of the source encoder to detect the errors. And at the receiver side, you will be having a channel decoder. What it will be doing? It will be detecting the extra bit it will be seeing that, and it also corrects and reduces the effects of noise and distortion. It will be checking what are the extra bits that have been added over here. If it is affected by noise, it will be detecting that particular noise and also reduces that particular noise or distortion that has been occurred when it is transmitting through the channel. So this is what about your channel encoder and channel decoder. Then comes to the modulator and demodulator. This, you know what is the modulator. What is the modulator or the modulation? What you are doing? You are combining your low frequency signal with your high frequency signal. What is the low frequency signal? Message signal is your low frequency signal. To that you have to add your carrier signal, right? So here in analog communication, modulator was that one. Here the modulator converts the bit streams into the waveform suitable for the transmission over the communication channel, and you are having the techniques which I have already said, like modulation techniques in digital communication are amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying and phase shift keying. Means what you are doing, the binary sequence is passed to the digital modulator, which in turn converts a sequence into the electrical signals so that we can transmit the data through the channel. Okay, that we are going to see next. So the digital modulator maps the binary sequence into the signal wave. For example, if we represent 1 by the sin x and 0 by the cos x, then we will be transmitting the data for x for 1 and cos x for 0. So, this we will be explaining when you are going to see the modulation techniques. Okay, so just for the information I have told that the binary sequence, I'll highlight this one. The binary sequence is passed. So whatever you have generated over here, this will be passed to the modulator. In the simple words, if you say this bit of streams, we have to be converted into the waveforms suitable for the transmission from the communication channel or through the communication channel. And the techniques that are used for converting all these are your amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying and phase shift keying. Where it comes to the demodulator side, it will be converting the waveform into the bit streams again. Again you have to be convert this waveform to the bit streams. Again this has to be given to the channel decoder. So this communication channel, it is the medium through which the signal can be transmitted. You can use any medium like wired or wireless or free space, coaxial cables, etc. That are the different channels that you have used. This the information about channels that we have seen already in the analog communication in the last semester. So there is I think you people have started already preparation for analog communication, so you might be having the idea about your channels. So it is the medium through which the signal can be transmitted. So channels are of wired as well as your wireless channels. Both channels you will be having. Wired in the sense coaxial cables if you are using. Wireless are the free space or the electromagnetic waves that you are using for your transmitting the data. So this was about your elements of digital communication system. So what are the elements of digital communication system? We'll just revise once again quickly. Source information. Okay, the very first one is your source information, from which we are giving the information. For example, I am speaking. So if you are going for the digital communication, that has to be converted and has given to the receiver. Yes. Then next you will be having the source encoder. Means the symbols that are produced by the information source cannot be transmitted directly. They have to be converted into digital form. So for us to convert that into digital form, you are using this source encoder. So after that you will be having channel encoder. Channel encoder is the one as to stop what you are doing. We are adding some extra bits or the redundant bits, so as to avoid the distortions that has to be occurred. In case of any distortion as noise is to be occurred, that will be affecting the extra bit or the redundant bit that you are adding. At the receiver side, then comes to the modulator. Modulator is the one which converts the bit streams, whatever you are having the bit streams, into the suitable waveforms for the transmission. Channel, the medium through which you are sending the information from the transmitter to the receiver. At the demodulator side, these convert your original whatever the stream or the waveform that has been converted, again they have to be converted back into the bit streams. Okay, demodulator converts the waveforms into the bit streams. And the channel decoder side, what it will be doing, it should be able to detect the correct data, reduce the effects of noise or the distortion which has been occurred when it has been transmitted through a channel. Okay, then at the source decoder side, again this bit streams has to be converted to the original message signal what you have given, then it is given to the destination. You can also use destination, for example, like speakers or the headphones. What I am speaking here, it is converted into digitalized form, transmitted through a particular channel like wireless channel, Wi-Fi or the mobile data, then it is given to your people in the original voice signal what I am transmitting. Correct? This is how your digital communication system works completely. So these are the elements of your digital communication system, one of the important question in the point of view of exam. Okay, now we'll just see the comparison of your analog as well as the digital communication system. So it's I have given in the notes here the comparison of your analog and digital communication system. First one is analog and the second is digital communication system. In analog communication system, the bandwidth is less, and in digital communication the bandwidth is more when you compare. And error detection and correction is not possible, and error detection and correction is possible in digital communication system. Why we have said this? So because in the when comes to the analog communication system, we are not having any channel encoder or decoder part at your communication system, analog communication system, right? When comes to digital communication system, you are having a channel encoder, where in that one we will be adding some redundant bits that can when comes to the receiver side, the channel decoder, it will be correcting the errors that has been occurred, and it will be rectifying the distortion if in case if it has been occurred. So this is how we can say that there is error detection and correction is not possible in analog communication. When it comes to the digital communication, error detection and correction both are possible here. When it comes to the immune to the noise, it is less immune to the noise and it is more immune to the noise, because mostly we are using this kind of communication for the long distance communication system. So of course there is more immunity to the noise. It is more complex and it is less complex. Okay, then comes to the cost, it is more costly, and when it comes to this one, it is less cost. Synchronization is not required here, but synchronization is required here because we are using a channel encoder. All the bits are digitalized. You have to see that ones and zeros are properly given, and you are adding the redundant bits. You have to see the redundant bits have been removed, and distortion or the noise is also removed. So it is very important that synchronization has to be done in the digital communication system. When it comes to the security, it is not that much secure analog communication system. When it comes to digital communication, you have been very secure because your data has been in ones and zeros, plus you are adding the redundancy bits, so that in case of any hacking and also or any extra noise is also added, you will be that will be affected only to the redundancy bit that have been added. Then you will be having flexibility and reliability is very less when compared to the digital communication system, and requires more power. In terms of digital communication system, it requires less power and difficult to implement the analog circuits, and it is very easy to implement both analog and digital circuits here by using this digital communication system. So this was about your comparison of your digital and analog communication system. These are the 10 key points in terms of bandwidth, error connection, immunity, complexity, in terms of cost, synchronization, security, flexibility, and in terms of power and difficulty. So I hope you are clear with the introductory part of your digital communication system, elements of digital communication system, and comparison of analog and digital communication system. So this was about the first class of your digital communication system. I hope you are clear with this class. Go through the class properly. Give the attendance in the Google form which I will be giving in there. So make the notes of this one like last time. So most of the students have prepared the notes in the last time also. So I hope this time also you prepare the notes also. Prepare well, go through the videos. In case of any doubts, please do let me know. Okay, so we'll wind up today's class here itself. Okay, thank you.